NBS. Always.
NBS happening now. Uganda Martyrs University.
Well, you're watching NBS television, your political command center. If you're just joining us right now, we've interrupted normal programming so that we take you to Uganda Martyrs University Nkozi. That is at the main campus Nkozi, where they're holding their 26th virtual graduation ceremony. And at this ceremony, 800 students are expected to graduate. So let's take you there so that you're part of this occasion that has been organized under the theme, like the Uganda Martyrs, the Lord will stand by me and give me strength. This is the 26th virtual graduation ceremony of the Uganda Martyrs University in Nkozi, taking place at the main campus in Nkozi.
Inspired by love, and when we are called, the martyrs of Uganda, all our strength, our courage and our hope, guide us with virtue to lead the world, build may we remain and name Uganda Martyrs University, a place of love where it is good to be. Guide us in wisdom to lead the world.
We remain standing, and may I now invite the Vice Chancellor, Professor John Maviri, to come forward and invite the Chancellor to constitute the Uganda Martyrs University 26th graduation.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I invite you to constitute this assembly into the 26th congregation, part 1 of Uganda Martyrs University.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me I constitute this assembly into the 26th Congregation, Part 1 of the Uganda Martyrs University.
Another round of applause, please. The Chancellor has constituted the 26th graduation of Uganda Martyrs University. You can now take your seats, please. Your Lordship, the Chancellor, the Right Reverend Joseph Anthony Zua, also Bishop of Kinda-Mitiana Diocese, the guest of honor, Mr. Fabian Kasi, Managing Director, Centenary Bank, the Vice Chancellor, Uganda Martyrs University, Professor John Maviri, the members of the management of Uganda Martyrs University, directors of different campuses of Uganda Martyrs University, invited guests, professors and deans of faculties present here, and those who are following us virtually, all staff, academic, administrative, and support, the alumni of Uganda Martyrs University, the graduates here today present with us, and the many more who are with us following on television and on the different social media who are following us online. Dear parents, proud parents and guardians of the graduates, as well as the ongoing students, all who are following us online. Today, the 18th of December 2020, is a special day in the life of Uganda Martyrs University. The preacher, Monsignor Kauta, very well put it, that this is historical, the first time that Uganda Martyrs University graduates its students online. Despite the troubles, despite the disruptions that have been caused by the COVID-19 pandemic, Uganda Martyrs University tried hard to continue to make sure that learning and teaching went on. And so Uganda Martyrs University went online. Despite that challenge, the fruit partly of that is what we have here today. Congratulations to Uganda Martyrs University. Congratulations to the graduates in a special way. And I want to add, I said despite, now because of that trouble that we have had, because of the challenges posed by the COVID-19, I think Uganda Martyrs University has creatively embraced the challenges that have been raised by this abnormal situation. There seems to be no going back. Uganda Martyrs University has gone online, embraced online learning and teaching, and we are very proud of that. Quickly, I'd like to go through the program with you today. So far, we have finished a lot this morning, and after giving you the program, then we shall listen to the welcoming remarks from the Vice Chancellor, the head of the House. Then, when he finishes to speak, he will invite the Chancellor to address the congregation. After the Chancellor's address, the Vice Chancellor once again will invite the guest of honor to address the congregation. That will be followed by the registrar, who will present the deans of the different faculties, who will read and present the names of the graduates to the Chancellor for the award of different certificates, diplomas, and degrees. And after that, this is really going to take about 1 hour, we shall have final announcements, and if there are any more announcements, we shall present them to you. May I now invite the head of the House, Reverend Professor John Maviri, to come and address the congregation.
I beg, my Lord the Chancellor, that I remove the mask at least for this address. I will put it back immediately after. Our guest of honor, who is with us virtually, Mr. Fabian Kasi, Managing Director, Centenary Bank. Your Lordship, our Chancellor, present with us this morning. His Lordship, Linus Santos Wanok, our Chair of Council, is not with us, but he sent his message of congratulations to all the graduates, and also a word of thanks to the organizers of this event of graduation, the first virtual graduation of Uganda Martyrs University. I will not repeat the litany of dignitaries as it has been ably put by our Master of Ceremonies, Dr. Father Safari. So allow me to address you as distinguished guests, the graduates, faculty and staff of Uganda Martyrs University, ladies and gentlemen. It is my pleasant duty to welcome you all to this 26th graduation, part 1 of Uganda Martyrs University, which is also the first virtual graduation of Uganda Martyrs University. I've said part 1 because we will have a 26th graduation of Uganda Martyrs University, part 2, that will be announced in the near future. In a very special way, I would like to thank our guest of honor for having accepted at short notice to take up that matter of guest of honor, and was kind enough to record his address to us, which we will receive virtually in this graduation. And I would also like to thank our commencement speaker, Professor Waswa Barunywa, who is the principal of MOOPS, who gave the commencement lecture also online. I would like to thank him very, very much for the words of wisdom that he gave to our graduates. And I would like to welcome and to say that you feel at home in this virtual graduation. As it has been said, the year 2020 started with a lot of fears, because we had for the first time around October that there was a kind of virus that was attacking people in the lungs and killing them. People were dying of this virus. We thought it was very far away until we started hearing that it is moving globally. And as that was not enough, the World Health Organization announced that the virus is called COVID-19, and it is at the level of a pandemic, and it was global. So we started preparing ourselves. As you know, in March, around March 23rd, I think, Uganda went into a total lockdown, and institutions of higher learning and all schools were ordered to close. Uganda Martyrs University closed on the 20th of March. Staff and students were told to go home and lock themselves up, not to come out of their houses except if they were farmers, in order not to spread or to catch the deadly virus which was named COVID-19. I want to thank our stakeholders for the support and the patience shown to Uganda Martyrs University as we endeavored to keep afloat. In this period, Uganda Martyrs University opted to function virtually rather than shut down the operations as we had been used to them. Lecturers kept in touch with the students online, and to a great extent, learning and teaching continued. We had some challenges of internet access by some of our staff and students. We made a survey, and it was roughly 30% of our student population that could not access internet. But all in all, there was a great success that eventually staff and students got to the new normal of working virtually. We conducted our meetings, most of our meetings virtually through Zoom. Senate was sitting. We established a task force which was being headed by our registrar, Dr. Father Christopher Mukidi, whom I want to thank really in public, that this committee helped us to keep abreast with the SOPs, the standard operation procedures, and also helped us to have the roadmaps, which one of the roadmaps leading to this graduation today. So the task force is being thanked, and all those who have been collaborating, please, thank you very much. I would like to clap for the task force. I think they have heard us. Uganda Martyrs University was among the first 4 Ugandan universities that applied to the National Council for Higher Education to teach online. And we were among the first ones also to be granted the permission. So we are very grateful to the National Council for Higher Education for responding to the new realities. And I'm not sure whether this thing is ending early next year or at the end of next year, or we still have more than a year to go. So I can imagine that the whole of this year, 2020, has been on lockdown, basically. And if the coming year is also going to be on a lockdown, it means that we are not going, it is like life is stopped in the learning and teaching. We are very grateful to the National Council that they moved very fast. And now I'm very happy and proud of my staff that took up the mantle and changed radically to put their material online to be accessed by students to the extent that even now learning is going on and most students have picked it up. I'd like to give encouragement to those who are not able to access, that we are going to do arrangements as we have been doing in recent time to bring those people in cohorts, a few of them, to help them catch up what they have lost. So staff, faculty, staff, and when I say faculty, I mean the teaching, and the staff is all the staff. I want to thank you very much for having responded very positively in the midst of very hard conditions. In this period, I would like to mention that we launched the Doctor of Business Administration, or PhD in Business Administration, in January, I think it was, and immediately after the launching went into the lockdown. I would like to thank our DVC for Academics and the Dean of the Faculty of Business and Administration for having launched this PhD program. It is one of the programs that are very rare, and it is a very, very marketable program. I'd like to thank you and to congratulate you for having brought Uganda Martyrs University to that level. And those students who have enrolled in this, I want to congratulate you and wish you success. My Lord Chancellor, I will not take long because I was given 10 minutes. Normally I take 20 minutes because I have to brief you on many things, but now this time I would like to present to you, I'm not doing the presentation, but to give you an idea of the work which lies ahead of you in a few minutes. This virtual graduation will witness that 168 of candidates are going to graduate with masters in different categories. And bachelor's programs are presenting 372 candidates. Diplomas are presenting 158, and certificate programs are presenting only 20. The total is 718, and of these, 329 are female and 389 are male. I'm happy about these numbers because the difference between the male and female is not very big. And I would like next time that maybe the female will be more. But the second cohort of our graduation, 26 graduation, will now bring on board those who have not made it now. And I would like to assure them that maybe within 4-5 months, we shall have that graduation to complete this cycle. I am very grateful to the Almighty God who has made this graduation possible. And I did not thank Monsignor Kauta. Monsignor Kauta came in as a reserve force. And those who are in the military, I hear they are reserve force. We also have a reserve force. This time is personified through Monsignor Kauta, John Baptist, who is also the Secretary General of the Uganda Episcopal Conference, because the preacher of today would have been our chair of council. But due to unavoidable circumstances, he could not travel from Lira to here. And Monsignor Kauta responded in 3 days that he would do this homily. And he has done it like he had prepared it for the whole year. So thank you very much, Monsignor, for being a reserve force to respond so quickly. To the graduating class of 2020, the first part, congratulations on your outstanding achievement. You have worked under very hard conditions to have your studies completed. As you remember, when the lockdown was announced, Uganda Martyrs University was left with only 6 weeks to conclude the semester and the academic year. So what you did not conclude at that time, you have concluded it online and also in distance. So I want to congratulate you for your hard work. May you have a successful career. I prefer to talk about a career rather than jobs, because those who have acquired the knowledge actually become masters of themselves, and they can share this and advertise themselves as professionals, as people who are knowledgeable in this and that, and then you can be consulted and you can also create your own jobs. So I wish you a successful career. But also you, especially those of bachelors, I ask you to begin planning your next step and to keep in touch with the alma mater for any opportunities that may come up. These days, when we get opportunities for master's scholarships, we send them out also to the alumni through their communication, their networks. I would like those who are graduating to keep yourself connected to those networks of the alumni, because that is where you will get information, which information may open the way for you to further your studies and maybe acquire a good scholarship. As the Lord has protected us thus far, our prayer is that He continues to stand by us and give us strength in our endeavors as we go through this difficult period. As we continue to live and work within the COVID-19 era, my appeal to all of us, those who are online and those few who are present here, I would like to appeal to you that you take care of yourself and prevent the COVID-19 virus from attacking you, but also protecting other people from being attacked or being infected. So let us wear our masks all the time, especially when we are out. Let us keep the social distancing. Let us regularly wash our hands and also sanitize. You can have a personal sanitizer in your pocket all the time, especially when you use public transport. Take care to sanitize yourself. And let us make a difference by upholding the values and the principles that we have acquired from Uganda Martyrs University. I want to wish you, I take the opportunity to wish you happy, safe, and enjoyable Christmas, and also a fruitful, prosperous New Year, filled with joy and good health. In virtue and wisdom, let us lead the world. I would like to take this opportunity right now to invite my Lord the Chancellor, Right Reverend Joseph Anthony Ziwa, to address us. Your Lordship.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, the Vice Chancellor. I would also like to request you to allow me to address you without something on my nose and mouth. But I have kept the distance between you and over there, and I put on back after this address. Thank you very much. Again, allow me not to go through the litany of the protocol. I would like to say I recognize all the protocol and all graduates, professors, and everybody here. And to those who are following us online or on TV, dear listeners and viewers, you are most welcome. We are holding today a unique graduation and the first of its kind since the inception of Uganda Martyrs University. Hence, I would like to congratulate the members of the University Council, the Vice Chancellor, management, academic and non-academic staff, the graduates, parents and guardians, and our benefactors for making this graduation possible through the virtual mode. Thank you for playing your role or roles despite personal and institutional challenges. You have worked hard amidst all challenges caused by COVID-19. We have to be ever thankful to God for having passed through UMU. When I say that, I'm addressing myself to the graduates. You are living as successful completers, not failures. Strive to uphold your success through your moral, spiritual, academic, social, and physical being. As you join the alumni of Uganda Martyrs University, be proud of this institution and keep our flag raised high as we keep on saying, in virtue and wisdom, go and lead the world. During this time, as the Vice Chancellor has said, the COVID-19 pandemic is an enormous challenge during this time, whose scope and scale have always adverse effects, mainly poverty and untenable inequalities. The pandemic may not end soon, But even if it ends, the pre-COVID-19 reality has inevitably changed. Uganda Martyrs University must become proactive and adapt to the post-COVID-19 situation. We have to rethink the future of our position as a center of excellence and pursue to maintain it. Uganda Martyrs University must rethink its operation along three major functions, which I want to develop a little bit today. And that is teaching, 2, research, and thirdly, the community around us. And since we have been badly affected many times by COVID-19, I would like to dedicate more time and ideas on this point. Teaching. Teaching at the Uganda Martyrs University was inevitably greatly affected by the lockdown, which necessitated rapid development of online formats and methods, keeping to the approval by the National Council for Higher Education. However, we must say, the online was an emergency remote teaching mode to minimize disruptions. Today, the online education is fully embraced all over the world, and it has become the new normal. The task ahead of us is to explore how online teaching and blended learning will evolve without compromising our high-quality output. Adaptation. Online teaching requires thorough training of staff and students. I am aware of the importance of what we already had. However, we need a thorough review of what we have been doing vis-à-vis the new normal. A systematic approach and coordination among all academics and staff is important for quality work. We need to be mindful of students who may not have their own computers or internet connection, allowing them to follow the classes and complete the assignments properly. The Vice Chancellor in his report has informed us that about 30% of the students either lacked network connection or they may not have had good computers. All these require Uganda Martyrs University to get adequate equipment and to increase staff capacity as more time is devoted to transforming education methods from training to infrastructure. My second point of reflection during this period of COVID-19 has to do with research. COVID-19 is increasingly straining research activities. Strict observance of the standard operating procedures, SOPs, is making it impossible to access laboratories and other research infrastructures and to travel to continue collaborations, gather data, or use other facilities, for example, laboratories, libraries, archives, etc. Furthermore, international conferences, meetings, collaborative research, and staff visits have all been minimized. As a mitigation, our researchers need to access membership in online meetings and benefit from an increased online collaboration. For the funded projects, the funding opportunities for other areas of research have drastically declined. My third point of concern and reflection is about community engagement. Community engagement is part and parcel of the life of Uganda Martyrs University, enhancing the participation of the university community into other sectors of society and contributing to the creation of a knowledge environment based on mutual trust. This third function or mission has become paramount during the pandemic, and Uganda Martyrs University has done her best to provide value to the surrounding community and Uganda at large. That's the little I had to expound on the 3 points because of time. However, I want us to reflect on the opportunities which might have arisen from COVID-19 challenge. The COVID-19 presents to us an opportunity to embrace online education as a delivery mode, using it to expand access and strengthen excellence in teaching and learning. However, basing on Uganda's reality, Uganda Martyrs University needs to adopt a multi-mode approach in teaching and learning. This calls for innovation and creativity from lecturers. We are not advocating for online as replacing contact interaction. Adoption of blended learning, which involves periods of e-learning and of SOP-based contact, can also benefit more the nature and the socio-economic backgrounds of our lecturers and learners. Since Uganda Martyrs University depends on students as a main economic capital, this supplementing traditional revenue source can be supported by other streams. So I urge management to come up with new financial streams that can render Uganda Martyrs University appropriately funded to engender excellence, affordability, equitable access, and sustainability. Another opportunity presented by COVID-19 to Uganda Martyrs University is the faculty and the students to pursue research that can make an impact on areas of great societal need, so as to show that Uganda Martyrs University is interconnected with society. COVID-19 has widened our need to bring the business world closer to the academic environment. Research that seeks to solve the problems of society connects well with business. Our appeal to the business community is to make IT gadgets affordable to our staff and the students. In this line, we also appeal to network companies to provide affordable tariffs for our staff and students, especially when using the asynchronous and the synchronous modes of teaching and learning. By way of conclusion, I look ahead to the time that we are soon to embrace. Today makes it 1 week to Christmas time. I ask each one of us to prepare well for the birth of Christ, the Prince of Peace. I'm advocating for peace. Please be a channel of peace and be resolved to work for peace. Let peace be your gift to the born child and your neighbor. The Catholic Church dedicated the 1st January every year as the World Day of Peace. It was inaugurated by Pope Paul VI, now saint. On that day, we pray for peace in the world. Please request Mary, Queen of Peace, to intercede for our country, especially during this time that we are undergoing. We need peace as we approach the national elections. Elections come, elections go, and they leave us where we are. Elections should not leave us in pieces, but should leave us whole. Let peace prevail before, during, and after the elections. Let us all be agents of truth, fairness, and justice in the time of elections. As Christians, let us use the words that were written for us by John the Evangelist. In the Gospel according to John chapter 8, verse 32, we read, "Truth will set you free. Truth will set you free." Let this statement keep challenging us to avoid falsity not only in the time of elections, but always. My dear brothers and sisters here present and those viewing us on NBS and other platforms, I wish you all a Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year.
Thank you, my Lord Chancellor. At this moment, I would like to invite our guest of honor to give us his address. This address is going to be virtual address. I hope it is ready. So, your guest of honor, our guest of honor, you are most welcome.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, Right Reverend Anthony Ziwa, the Chairman and members of the Governing Council, my Lord the Bishops, Honorable Members of Parliament, the Vice Chancellors and heads of institutions, distinguished guests, members of staff and faculty, the parents and sponsors, the graduating class of 2020 and continuing students, ladies and gentlemen, I'm greatly delighted to preside over the 26th graduation ceremony, which is part 1 of the Uganda Martyrs University, as the guest of honor. As we know, we are at a time unlike any other before, as we grapple with the COVID-19 pandemic, and thus the scientific or online presentation of this speech. Your Lordship, the Chancellor, distinguished guests, allow me to express my sincere thanks to the management and the Senate of Uganda Martyrs University for extending to me this invitation. I could not but accept this special invitation to be able to publicly thank the university for the cordial business relationship Centenary Bank has enjoyed over the years. I'm also always happy to come to Nkozi to enjoy the serene environment created at the university at the equator. Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I'm aware of the great contribution that Uganda Martyrs University is making in producing knowledgeable and skilled graduates who are morally upright. I want to congratulate the university for this noble work of contributing to the development of needed human resources for the different sectors of our society, which include business, agriculture, architecture, education, health, medicine, engineering, governance, information and communication, and social development. I confirm here that Centenary Bank has been a happy beneficiary of the quality graduates from this great institution. Your Lordship, the Chancellor, and distinguished members of this congregation, many of whom are attending this graduation ceremony virtually because of the prevailing situation of COVID-19, we are greatly being challenged by this pandemic to make great adjustments to our social and business lives. Who had ever thought we would hold a ceremony of this nature virtually? Who had even envisioned the mobile banking and e-commerce would be more relevant in times of pandemics like it is now? We are indeed living in a very challenging time where great adjustments have to be made to our social, economic, political, and even spiritual lives if we are to survive the wave of this pandemic. I find the theme of this graduation ceremony, like the Uganda Martyrs, the Lord will stand by me and give me strength. very relevant for these times of the pandemic. To the lecturers and members of the university, we send our gratitude to you for your dedication in the formation of the young generation. I'm aware that Uganda Martyrs University, like other educational institutions, had to be closed for several months due to the pandemic. But the resolve by the university governance organs to continue providing educational services at the peak of the lockdown through remote teaching and learning approaches must be highly commended. I see that the members of this university are living by the spirit of the Uganda Martyrs. Like these martyrs, may the Lord stand by you and give you strength to continue fulfilling the mission and vision of the institution. I want to assure you that Centenary Bank will continue to stand by you through our cherished partnerships. As we know, every year, Centenary Bank sponsors the best student in commerce, and we will continue to do that. To the graduates who are being passed out today, I want to congratulate you for attaining your awards. I have no doubt that you have received the necessary knowledge, skills, and values from this great institution. Go to your societies and make a difference to the lives of our people. In real life, you have to know what counts. The school must have taught you how to make a living, but you will soon know that when you give, you make a life. Please go out and make lives. Put smiles on the faces of people that will always cross your paths. I'm sure you must have been taught how to be given, but you should soon know that giving is better as it gives a meaning to your life. You should also understand the importance of relationships, as the saying goes, that you will go faster if you choose to walk alone, but if you will go far if you walk and work with others. To our dear parents, guardians, and sponsors, you have supported these young men and women to achieve their aspirations. Thank you for your contribution to the development of the human resources of our society. Please continue to support these young graduates to remain responsible members of society. I also ask you parents out there who have not sent their children to this university to please do so. The institution has truly distinguished itself as a center of excellence for higher education in Uganda by remaining relevant to the educational needs and delivery modes of the time. Please allow me to share a bit of my experience with you. I'm a chartered accountant, having worked with various organizations, both locally and abroad. I have been working with the Centenary Bank for over a decade now. During that time, the team has grown the bank to the second biggest bank in the country, with over 75 branches across the country, serving over a quarter of all the customers of banks in the country. The balance sheet of the bank has grown to over 4.3 trillion Uganda shillings, which is just above 4% of the GDP of Uganda. The bank has been making very good returns, making it a very sustainable institution. From these developments and many other experiences I've had, I've noted various lessons which I would like to share with you, the graduates. One, it happens that you must have passion in whatever you do. At the bank, we have been very hardworking, and we have a very hardworking and dedicated team, which is always out to delight our customers. You have got to find what you love. Your work is going to fill a large part of your life, and the only way to be truly satisfied is to do what you believe is great work. And the only way to do great work is to love what you do. These are words of Steve Jobs. But also note that you not only need passion, you also need strategy. Not just awareness, but action as well. Number two, it happens that again you should be result-oriented, as you've seen the bank producing those results. The big results that the bank has been posting have attracted many stakeholders, including customers, communities, etc. As the Bible says, they will always be known by their works. We still remember and know Uganda Martyrs because of their works. As graduates, you should always ask yourself as to what you will be known for. Number 3, as an experience, is to ensure that we have to continue learning. At Centenary Bank, we are a learning organization. Every day we learn from our customers and many other experiences in order to ensure delivery of need-responsive services to our customers. The day you stop learning is the day you will die. Wisdom acquisition is a normal duty. It is not just something you do to advance in life. You are going to advance in life by what you are going to learn after you leave this university. The other area as an experience is teamwork. And for us, we work in teams. You cannot develop single-handedly. A team is as strong as the quality of the relationship among the members. And number 5, always pray to God to bless your works. Centenary Bank is very prayerful, and the blessings are there for all to see. Not many people knew that this rural development bank would have one of the best buildings in the country along Kampala Road. Indeed, the bank was born in a church, just like the university was also born in the church. So please make use of all the values that this university has imparted to you. The other experience that I would like to share with you is that you should take personal responsibility for your actions. You and you alone are the only person who can live the life that can write the story that you were meant to tell. And finally, as an experience to be shared, is that you shouldn't fear. Be consistent and insistent. There are few things more liberating in this life than having your worst fear realized. Today, I tell you that whatever you fear, whether you fear it or not, disappointment will come. You may not get the jobs you expect. The beauty is that through disappointment, you can gain clarity, and with clarity comes conviction and true originality. Work hard, my friends, be kind, and I assure you amazing things will happen. So good luck to all of you. I now wish you well in your virtual celebrations of this great event for God and my country.
Isn't that wonderful? Another clap, please. Mr. Fabian Kasi, thank you very much for that wonderful address to Uganda Martyrs University at its 26th graduation. Indeed, as he asked, who had ever thought that we could hold this ceremony the way we are doing and have him the way we saw him? These are some of the opportunities I think that this situation has brought to us and challenges us to embrace. I would now like to ask, just before asking the registrar to come forward, to invite the Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic Affairs. He has a few awards for some students who have been outstanding.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, Uganda Martyrs University offers academic awards every year during graduation ceremony to the best performing students in different disciplines for their outstanding work in academics and leadership. Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I now present the awards for the best performing students for the 26th graduation ceremony of today. The first award is the Michel Lejeune Award, which is worth 300,000, given to the best master student of architecture who has attained an overall mark above 65%. This academic year, 2019-2020, the award goes to Mambo Guy. I invite him to come forward and receive the letter of congratulations. Mambo Guy attained an overall average of 68%. Congratulations. Your Lordship Chancellor, the second award is the Centenary Bank Award, an award worth 1 million shillings given to the best second-year student in business administration and management, majoring finance and accounting. For this academic year 2019-2020, the award goes to Ochora Ola Geoffrey. May I invite Geoffrey to come forward, and may I invite the Managing Director of Centenary Bank Kayabwe branch to come forward and present this award. Ochora. I will gladly receive it. Thank you. This award will be presented to Ochora Geoffrey at the appropriate time. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Deputy Vice Chancellor, Academic Affairs, Professor Michael Mawa. It is now time to invite the registrar to come forward and present the different deans who will read the names of the graduates. Before he does that, may I ask all the graduates who are here kindly to remain with us even after your name has been read. Remain with us. We finish at exactly 12:45. Thank you.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, allow me to invite the deans of the schools and faculties to present to you the graduates who have successfully completed their studies for the conferment of degrees and award of diplomas and certificates of Uganda Martyrs University. To the graduates, when your name is read, please stand up wherever you are, whether here or virtually, and keep standing until the Chancellor confers you. For men, please remove your motorboat. For ladies, leave it on. I would like now to invite the Dean of the Faculty of Agriculture to begin coming forward and reading the names.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the conferment of the master's degree in the Faculty of Agriculture. I do recommend that they be conferred the master's degrees in the Faculty of Agriculture of Uganda Martyrs University. The Master of Science in Agroecology, Adeke Joyce Lillian, Okot Peter Byron, Tumuramye Kellet, Master of Science in Monitoring and Evaluation, Akudrabo Geoffrey, Apungia Gonzaga, Kahawa Tadeo, Kemigisha Claire, Kikomeko Pius, Kintu Daniel, Kirumira Mukasa Moses, Magoba Oliver, Male Jean Isaac, Mondo Elik Livingstone, Mohumuza David, Muchibi Robert, Nabukera Annette, Nabukenya Josephine, Namayanja Esther, Nyangoma Winfred, Oematum Felix, Omona Kizito, Lutagira Yoweri, Sebiatika Eri.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer the master degrees of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the conferment of the master's degrees in the Faculty of Business Administration and Management. I do recommend that they be conferred the master's degrees in the Faculty of Business Administration and Management of Uganda Martyrs University. Master of Business Administration, Acheng Agnes, Afema Brian, Arinaitwe Scovia, Amoit Mary Patricia, Angaika Queen, Angela Jemina, Apenduna Brenda Carol, Aropo Dennis Nono, Asimwe Catherine, Awoma Yvonne, Bwewumusa Christopher Zinda, Ekayu Robert, Gebawaya Dennis, Kakembo James Paul, Kamuri Sam Baker, Katamba John Baptist, Katocha Masaja Benon, Kenyana Maureen, Masika Rosette, Mawemuko Sanyusi, Moonlight Beatrice Isabel, Mpanji James, Mugabe Alex Carbon, Muganzi Richard, Mumbere Milton, Musivika Christine, Mutari Joshua, Mutiaba Edward, Nabukera Josephine, Nabwire Lydia Georgina, Nakakande Margaret, Nakayenze Joan, Nambuya Lydia, Namirembe Rachel, Namugwe Mary Days, Namuri Goretti, Nangendo Doros, Nasubga Ruthi, Nasari Asumpta, Nasari Olivia Nora, Natoro Annette, Ninsima Charity, Ochaya Tony, Ojoko Dennis, Onyai Tony, Rwabambari Yoweri, Serwo Solomon, Sinini Julius, Tamare Mark, Tayewa Innocent, Tazuba Abubakari Tagwaiko, Tugume Godi, Wafla David Egisa. Master of Science in Development Economics, Ako Bernard, Atuhaire Innocent, Kengoma Doros, Kure Brian, Nachigude Korea, Owino Felix.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer the master degrees of the Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the conferment of the degree of Master of Education. I do recommend that they be conferred the degree of Master of Education of Uganda Martyrs University. Agama Philip, Akero Veronica, Alajo Jennifer Margaret, Ariango Florence, Aporoti Merigoretti sister, Asio Rosalyn Kerry, Babiria Florence, Kagoro Sara, Kanyerere Lydia, Kanyonyi Benon Bonnie, Kengaiga Maria Scovia, Konso Fida, Rugarambi Henry, Ruswata Joseph, Rutakome Thaddeus, Nakuburwa Rosemary, Narubowa Mary, Namirimu Christine, Nantongo Sise, Natrinda Grace Mary, Nsimbe Patrick, Ocheng John Bosco, Ongodia George, Sekamate Livingstone, Wamusi Fred, Wanji Francis, and Waswa Peter.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer the master degrees of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the conferment of the master degrees in the Faculty of Health Sciences. I do recommend that they be conferred the master degrees in the Faculty of Health Sciences of Uganda Martyrs University. Master of Public Health, Health Promotion, Boyas Teddy, Nabire Zabina, Nachigude Stella, Nanshede Dorothy. Master of Public Health, Population and Reproductive Health, Namakula Jane Katende, Okot Geoffrey, Orijambo Geoffrey, Sabiti Laban, Waswa Francis Xavier. Master of Science in Clinical and Psychological Counseling, Lusembo Vicente Ferrer.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer the master degrees of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the conferment of the master's degrees in the Faculty of Science. I do recommend that they be conferred the master degrees in the Faculty of Science of Uganda Martyrs University. Master of Science in Development Economics, Ariao Josephine M. Rose, Nakasinde Anita Lucy. Master of Science in ICT Management, Policy and Architectural Design, Arim Andrew, Atwine Davis, Atwine Ivan, Kobsinje Flora, Mayanja Julius Herman, Muhinda Ariono Akure, Ntale Jonathan, and Wandera Mike. Master of Science in Information Systems, Erub Joseph, Mawebe John Bosco, Mudde Emmanuel, Mrema Paul, Mumbere Hilary, Tibakanya Joseph, and Tino Carol. Master of Science in Information Technology, Nabada Aisha.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer the master degrees of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidate who has successfully completed his studies for the conferment of the degree of Master of Architecture Professional. I do recommend that he be conferred the degree of Master of Architecture Professional of Uganda Martyrs University. Mr. Mambo Gi.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer the master degree of the Uganda Martyrs University to the person whose name has been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the conferment of the master's degrees in the School of Arts and Social Sciences. I do recommend that they be conferred the master's degrees in the School of Arts and Social Sciences of Uganda Martyrs University. Master of Arts in Development Studies, Akulo Hadrin Flavia, Boa Job Jonathan, Eton Juma, Jagun Prince Loding, Chimbugweja Vila Matov, Kasirie Angeline, Lokoloi Charles Okwi, Nakayenga Justin, Naiga Brenda, Otto James Avelino, Wawire Chrysostom. Master of Arts in Diplomacy and International Studies, Muhaire Catherine T. Master of Arts in Human Rights, Ayo Angela, Riapa Catherine Pasco, Nyadoi Jacinta.
Master of Arts, International Trade Policy and Law, Muhenda Ronald. Master of Arts in Law Governance and Human Rights, Ariel Akol Mawach, Egesa Morris. Master of Arts in Refugees and Migration Studies, Abaro Harriet Kariegi. Master of Research and Public Policy, Kaligonza Moses.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer the master degrees of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Chiengo Shafik, Kiza Betty, Letu Befikadu Debera, Lukabazi Andulu, Lutaya Jonathan, Masika Massa Morungi, Matovu Francis, Mazi Francis Xavier, Milembe Monica Claire, Muchunguzi Levis, Mukungu Sala, Mukunzi Innocent, Murindwa Gerard, Mwebe Fatima, Mwesigwa Anton, Namala Annette, Nabosa Margaret, Nabisubi Lucy, Nabukela Maxensia, Nafuna Beatrice, Nakarembe Florence, Nakulumba Irene, Nakaima Margaret, Nachibure Margaret, Nakazi Irene, Naku Chigozi Rita, Narubega Evelyn, Namala Lovens, Namala Tricia, Nambatia Grace Karen, Nambatia Hadija, Naminyo Rose, Namugisha Anita, Namkasarinda, Namwano Emily, Namyaro Jacqueline, Nandudu Faith Mary, Natongo Rachel, Natongo Safina, Natongo Sylvia, Natasambwa Samson, Nema Badashonderana, Ninsima Dorini, Nyiramugisha Priti, Onyonka Gi Mora, Orashaba Sandra, Oyera Felicia, Segawa Alex, Semaganda Ronald, Semujumak, Senkari John, Senyonjo John Vianney, Tigayikara Vanessa, Tumusime George, Tumwebaze Evelyn, Tuyahebwewa Maka, Twebaze Innocent, Twesije Dick, Wafula Henry, Wanyama Anthony, Wanyana Prudence, Yiga Gordon, Zalwango Grace Lilian, Bachelor of Science in Accounting and Finance, Ablu Sarah, Ajemo Sorome, Asio Florence, Badalu Constance, Balitebiya John, Bukenya Pius, Amuria Stephen, Kabanda Patrick Tabula, Kibojera Edward, Kushaba Patson, Nabuye Irene, Nabiwembwa Viola, Nabukenya Mary Florence, Najita Vivian Kavingi, Narubanjwa Patricia, Namakura Mary Nowerina, Namatovu Namara Rebecca, Namugenyi Irene, Namusitwa Florence, Naiga Josephine, Nyamwizi Juliet, Okero James Andrew Onyango, and Sebufu Andrew.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer the bachelor degrees of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the conferment of the bachelor degrees in the Faculty of Education. I do recommend that they be conferred the bachelor degrees in the Faculty of Education of Uganda Martyrs University. Bachelor of Arts with Education, Karunda Irene. Bachelor of Education, Primary. Arroyo Scovia, Amongin Christine, Angurima Collins Nyarijo, Apollot and Mary, Alinda Yoram, Atubua Madison Alfred, Aziku Mustafa, Barinabio Juliet, Wesige Florence, Pachamuvua Omega, Branzoa Alice Mariama, Adea Margaret, Apenu Maike, Garandi Alpha, Gimari Andrew, Julius Tumusime Nkuba, Kugonza Magambo Alfred, Chategeka Robinson, Nabukwasi Jocelyn, Nakami Florence, Namagembe Bone, Namurega Madina, Okero Paul, Anari Bena, Opio Albert, Sanji Deo, Vuga Muhammad, and Wetunga Margaret.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer the bachelor degrees of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the conferment of the degree of Bachelor of Public Health, Health Promotion. I do recommend that they be conferred the degree of Bachelor of Public Health, Health Promotion of Uganda Martyrs University. Debona Babunji Josephine, Kabanda Joseph, Lokori John Bosco, Nachide Florence, Nambatia Grace, and Sechanzi Adrian.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer the bachelor degrees of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the conferment of the bachelor degrees in the Faculty of Science. I do recommend that they be conferred the bachelor degrees in the Faculty of Science of Uganda Martyrs University. Bachelor of Science, Agumodorth Everin, Atsasire Audrey, Kaija Francis, Rotuku Cornelius, Mboga Patrick. Bachelor of Science in Information Technology, Akero Evelyn, Ampeire Olivia, Asimile Lydia, Asimwe Mark Karamanji, Atebembere Judith, Bakaine Masco Bechikam, Bamwine Brian, Bare Andrew, Biaruhanga Peter, Kain Rambenga Matthew, Mbati David, Habarugira Hapax, Karuhanga Mark Oscar, Karunji Anna, Kato Mark, Kavavangaro Emmanuel, Kayabura Mark, Chintu Ambrose, Kisache Ruth, Kizito Nixon Motebi, Chombaire Morris, Lomiro Damien, Lumu Wilfred, Mashanya Arien Freri, Moses Duku Sokeri Moga, Musoke Joshua, Mutagubia Moses, Mutatina Brutus, Na Malakrea, Nagawa Linus, Nakamate Morin, Nakamia Kathy Nanteza, Nakato Mary Kathy, Nakaiza Vivian, Nachiwala Annette, Nalubanga Flavia, Nambatia Regina, Namsoke Mary, Nasa Zisara, Natamba Sarah, Nkera Pasco Julius, Nkugwa Fred, Oyesiga Crescent, Sejingo Joseph Sembatia, Sekamanya Emmanuel, Sentongo Bruno, Trinawe Nicholas, Tuyatemba Muntu Aches, Tuyishime Glorious, Tuongirwe Edwin, Zake Joseph, and Zua Mark.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer the bachelor degrees of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the conferment of the degree of Bachelor of Environmental Design. I do recommend that they be conferred the degree of Bachelor of Environmental Design of Uganda Martyrs University. Businge Ronald, Kabami Cynthia, Hamala Rebecca, Kukunda Bridget, Nabagereka Elizabeth, Nasazi Gemma Florence, Nyadoi Alimo Angeline, and Swaga Andrew.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer the bachelor degrees of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the conferment of the bachelor degrees in the Institute of Ethics. I do recommend that they be conferred the bachelor degrees in the Institute of Ethics of Uganda Martyrs University. Bachelor of Arts in Philosophy, Ainomgisha Matthew, Akampurra Ronald, Akewa Francis, Philemon O. Shekunde, Chamba de Christopher, Matov Javira, Naturinda Henry, Omara Abraham, Orikiriza Benjamin, Raphael Africanus Bura, Sylvester Dayson Yobele, Senkai Aloysius, and Trinom Juni Barnabas. Bachelor of Arts in Social and Philosophical Studies, Arjuna Andrew, Anwal Joseph, Asaba Francis, Birunji Richard Sekasanke, Ikofo Bontone Ferdinand, Chidemba Landus, Lokob Bonkeji Ephraim, Luchamzi Robert, Masereka Paul, Matov Michael, and Mugabe Fibelt.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer the bachelor degrees of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the conferment of the bachelor's degrees in the School of Arts and Social Sciences. I do recommend that they be conferred the bachelor degrees in the School of Arts and Social Sciences of the Uganda Martyrs University. Bachelor of Arts in Democracy and Development Studies, Esaite Bibian, Irumba Matthias, Kajumba Goretti, Mawadri Martin, Obalim Godfrey, Otim Ivan, Oumo Miska, Vusili Drarek Luke. Bachelor of Arts in Ethics and Development Studies, Atwine Esther Lukuya Moffat. Bachelor of Arts in Local Governance and Human Rights, Adongpin Esther Faith, Arinda Ernest, Ndagije Francis, Olishaba Ivrin, Lukogota Okay, Were Susan, Bachelor of Arts in Public Administration and Management, Agadi Angela Felistus, Nakinji Mary Esther, Mary Reste, Nafka Brenda Lynette, Bachelors of Arts in Social Work and Social Administration, Ainebiona Maria Selina, Ajok Francis K, Florence K, Anyine Julian, Bira Rosette, Kahaya Nyota Ingrid, Magero Catherine Crevaro, Mubiru Vincent, Mwesigwa Victor, Nabasirie Esther, Nagita Angel Melisi, Naigaga Sara, Nakato Maria Goretti, Naroga Kevin, Ninsima F. Victorias, Bachelor of Social Development and Counseling, Nakamia Kevin, Namugenyi Subi Caroline, Onyango Silva, Sengali Joseph, Todi Evelyn.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I confer the bachelor degrees of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the award of the Advanced Diploma in Health Services Management. I do recommend that they be awarded the Advanced Diploma in Health Services Management of Uganda Martyrs University. Kabatalindwa Restatuta, Kengozi Gertrude, Sande Boaz, Tumheire Olive.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I award the diplomas of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the award of diplomas in the Faculty of Agriculture. I do recommend that they be awarded diplomas in the Faculty of Agriculture of Uganda Martyrs University, Diploma in Agricultural Economics and Agribusiness Management, Kara Benjamin Data, Diploma in Crop Production and Farm Management, Ahebwa Sam, Anzoyo Samira, Atalagabaine Clinton, Mohindo Morris, Namanya Brazio, Namumpya Kenneth, Twinamasiko Louis.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I award the diplomas of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the award of the diplomas in the Faculty of Business Administration and Management. I do recommend that they be awarded the diplomas in the Faculty of Business Administration and Management of Uganda Martyrs University. Diploma in Business Administration and Management. Akum Agnes, Asimwe Adrien, Atusingire Priscia, Ayebazibwe Judith, Chikai Esther, Modimi Innocent, Mwebembez Christopher, Nassos Juliet, Lukundo Mabras, Sechans Conland, Wembeti Ivan. Diploma in Records and Information Management. Ainembabas Caroline, Kansime Annette, Katwesi Lilian, Chilungi Yusta, Natugonza Rita, Natulinda Jacinta, Nyiramutuzo Monica, Tashobomwe Genesta, and Twesigomwe Elizabeth.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I award the diplomas of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the award of the Diploma in Education Primary. I do recommend that they be awarded the Diploma in Education Primary of Uganda Martyrs University. Abe Evelyn, Adikinyi Agatha Pamela, Agatha Francis, Agumenitwe Moses, Ajuma Viterio, Ajuo Isabella, Akrut Betty, Asimwe Pamela Mpirwe, Asimbula Bosco, Babirie Erina, Bwanika Joseph Mary, Bwenje Joseph, Gera Murila Jessica, Gidudu Ibrahim, Gusarira Jime, Hiyoroba Dennis, Kadondi Gloria, Kamya George William, Kansime Daphne, Kemigisha Brenda, Keyinzo Rona, Kakasa Evelyn, Chibedi Sharif, Chichoncho Janet, Chigundu Paul, Chigura Morris, Chirabo Agnes, Kitutu D. Frederick, Kobusinje Sara, Kukundakwe Nasa Silaji, Chomuhendo Monica, Rubanga Solomon, Ruyima Francis, Ruanga Lawrence, Mutinyi Lydia, Meme Betty, Mirimo Emmanuel, Mosi David Higenyi, Mubiru Geoffrey, Mugabi Paul, Mugizi Evan, Mugizi Francis, Mutawe Kato Deogracius, Mwesigwa Yoab, Nabwire Kose Oliver, Naguja Annette, Nakarema Goresi, Nachimwero Agnes, Nachityo Stella, Nachiyinji Topista, Nakungu Theresa Francis, Nakuburwa Harriet, Narube Irene, Narubega Harriet Annette, Narubobi Sulaina, Narukwago Harriet Kafero, Narusiba Nakuburwa Agnes, Naruwaga Eva, Naruyobya Jacqueline, Namakura Juliet, Namakura Mildred, Namare Sharifa, Nambi Teddy, Namanda Topista, Namono Lydia, Namukasa Pascazia, Namutosi Weswa Monica, Nanyonga Margaret, Nansubuga Florence, Nantaba Dorothy, Nantayi Aisha, Nantongo Margaret, Nanyanzi Joyce, Nanyijuka Monica, Nasiwa Francis, Neihoba Florence, Ngobi Hassan, Nwajira Penro, Nsubuga Joseph, Agutu Douglas, Okuku Jasper, Omulem Daniel, Ariada Daniel, Osupeti Anthony Gonzaga, Otimu Tone, Sekabiri John Baptist, Sekamate Moses, Sozi George, Twichilize Harriet, and Warugembe Dennis.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I award the diplomas of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the award of the Diploma in Computer Science and Information Technology. I do recommend that they be awarded the Diploma in Computer Science and Information Technology of Uganda Martyrs University. Ahebwa Mukama Irene, Arera Albert, Amito Shira, Banga Corinne, Bario Davison, Gumoshabe Gertrude, Karungi Proscovia, Kasule Kato Paul, Kato Umaru, Chibedi Ibra, Chisero Immaculate, Chavagu Daniel, Muhanji Ronald Mugisha, Muhindo Hilda, Nagawa Catherine, Narwanga Hafusa, Nerima Sandra, Okero Thomas, and Serwanga Andrew Durkan.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I award the diplomas of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the award of the Diploma in Transformative Education and Faith. I do recommend that they be awarded the Diploma in Transformative Education and Faith of Uganda Martyrs University. Alum Anna Grace, Anyiko Fiona, Apio Jennifer, Ayevale Maclean, Dambio Jude, Drosea Martha, Gachuko Esther Wambui, Kabeleta Gloria Jacinta, Kaleo Laura, Kesede Beatrice Claire, Kihenbo Antone, Kalisima Esther, Nalunya Florence, Nalubega Joy Martin, Orango Sophia Magoma, Tushabomwe Beatrice, and Turinga Imana Agnes.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I award the diplomas of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the award of the certificates in the Faculty of Business Administration and Management. I do recommend that they be awarded the certificates in the Faculty of Business Administration and Management of Uganda Martyrs University. Certificate in Business Administration and Management. Musmenta Fortunate, Tuongwire Crispina, Maurita Bako Charity, Musimile Vivian, Nyangoma Agata, Tumukarite Ebo, Nansinguza Patricia. Certificate in Records and Information Management. Masiko Joel, Mushabayezu Sarah, Natkunda Priscilla, and Tumusime Joan.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I award the certificates of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the award of the Certificate in Medical Records Management. I do recommend that they be awarded the Certificate in Medical Records Management of Uganda Martyrs University. Ahumuza Joan, Chomhendo Patience, Irankunda Speciosa, Mkwasibwe Simplicio.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I award the certificates of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I present to you the following candidates who have successfully completed their studies for the award of the Certificate in Laboratory Technology. I do recommend that they be awarded the Certificate in Laboratory Technology of Uganda Martyrs University. Ayevare Lilian, Naivare Prima, Oyesije Mukama Gerard, Tusheme Ireiwe Daphne, and Twasima Celeste.
By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I award the certificates of Uganda Martyrs University to those persons whose names have been read.
A big round of applause again, please. Let us offer our congratulations to our new graduates, those here and all the rest who are following us online. Would like to thank the Chancellor for the wonderful service that he has rendered to the university today in his capacity as Chancellor. Thank you very much, Your Lordship. The Vice Chancellor, the management team of Uganda Martyrs University, all the professors and lecturers, thank you so much for the wonderful work you have done, whose completion we are witnessing today. I'm excited to announce that we are completing 5 minutes before the time that was actually given to us. Isn't that wonderful? So that required a lot of preparation before. And I would like to recognize all the people in the background who worked towards the success of today. I'd like to thank the media in a special way. NBS, you are with us. Thank you so much for covering this. Radio Maria, the technical team of Uganda Martyrs University. I know people are following via Zoom. They are on Facebook. They are on YouTube. Thank you all for the wonderful work that you have done. I have a communication from the registrar that the graduates will receive communication from his office as to where you will get your documents from, but it will not be today. You will have to bear with the office. The last announcement is on luncheon. The Chancellor, the Vice Chancellor, and the other invited guests and the management will have lunch in the main boardroom. And the staff, the graduates, will all gather in the dining hall. But as you enter, you will receive a coupon for your meal. I will now invite the registrar to come forward and invite the Chancellor to dissolve the 26th graduation Part A, Part 1 of Uganda Martyrs University. Once again, thank you so much for coming, the graduates in a special way for staying here until the end. Thanks so much.
Your Lordship, the Chancellor, I invite you to dissolve the 26th Congregation, Part 1 of Uganda Martyrs University.
Let us stand up. By virtue of the authority entrusted to me, I dissolve the 26th Congregation, Part 1 of Uganda Martyrs University.
Thank you, Chancellor. We shall now have the anthems in reverse order. We shall start with Uganda Martyrs University anthem, the East African anthem, and finally the national anthem. After that, we proceed back in this order. Reverse order again, it will be the Chancellor, followed by the Vice Chancellor, the management team, the professors and lecturers, and the rest of us. Once again, thank you and have a good day.
Inspired by God.
Council and Senate with pleasure invite parents and students to the 26th virtual graduation ceremony, which will be held on Friday, 18th of December 2020, starting at 9 a.m. at the main campus, Ngozi, under the theme, like the Uganda Martyrs, the Lord will stand by me and give me strength. The guest of honor is Mr. Fabian Kasi, the Managing Director, Centenary Bank. The graduation will be aired live on NBS TV starting at 10:45 a.m. and on all the university's social media platforms. Not all graduates are encouraged to attend the virtual commencement lecture, which will be held on Thursday, 17th of December 2020, beginning at 11 a.m. For more information, please visit our website on www.umo.sc.ug or call 0382-410-611 or 0772-461-386 or 0782-924-509 or email registrar@umo.sc.ug or pro@umo.sc.ug. Uganda Martyrs University, making a difference. NBS happening now.